got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports.
Good luck to you, Coach.
No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Set, hey, 57 ending. 54 Mike. Who that? Who that? Jet! Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Jet! Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Zip it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike 54. They can't hang with us. Mike
2nd and 4. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murphy from the gun, he'll throw. Looking deep for Hilton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch him flat-footed and get a big play.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Throwing on 1st down, Murphy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Ricky. Hey, check one. Watch it,
Murphy now, throwing again. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Go now. 18 Gator. Pick me up. Here we go. Fight.
Now they try the right side here. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, look.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Tight end right. 80 weapons.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. On 4th down, Lawrence. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Wide open receiver complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Murphy on 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or they're athletic.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. There he goes left side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw is Murphy on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Here's Murphy throwing after the interception. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready. 8-3. That's track. 95%. Back up. Big trip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Got an open man. It's Washington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner. And
he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Looking to throw. Murphy. And he's got his man, Hilton. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murphy operating from the gun. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
55,
Murphy now. From the gun, he'll throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 26-yard
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line.
I'm going to run you over.
Operating from the gun, Murphy. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Murphy, going to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Throw left side complete. It's Bowers. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Check safety. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Let's go. Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Here we go, D.
To throw is Murphy. Looking to throw on second down. And the catch made by Hilton. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll try to run this one in. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Looking to throw. Murphy, complete to Wheaton. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in as his guys are back within a single score. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
There he goes inside the 30. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down, Raiders.
Ready? 70, Indy.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here's Murphy throwing to start the drive. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Murphy throwing again on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Murphy now operating from the gun. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Really looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Murphy, a final shot before break. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go. 36. You draw perfect. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Raiders. 55 yards.
And the Raiders first down.
Ready.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, wahoo!
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. With the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
No problem there on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Murphy. He's got it to Hilton. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw is Murphy. To throw on second down. There he goes, right side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Let's go now. 18 Gators. 5.
Check tight. 95's the same. No, check his Mike. Go. 95's Mike. What's 95?
To throw on second down. Lawrence. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Hey, Alpha.
To throw on third down. Lawrence into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track. and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Murphy. From the gun, he'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Murphy to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DK Metcalf, 84 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Murphy now throwing on 4th down. But he locates Wheaton, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Murphy operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Flushed out right. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Jets on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake. Murphy. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Check three.
To throw is Murphy. Throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Good game, Coach. I ain't even mad at your performance at all.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still
I was just about to tell you, your quarterback low-key going to be a problem when he gets a little bit better because he was starting to get fucking loose.
Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
Oh, yeah.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff.
It happens. Look, Marquise ruined it for everybody. There's no more playing nice with anybody anymore.
Football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is
not playing
right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front?
Hey, look, I see it. You stole the second seed from me, so look. Like I said, hats off to you and your team this year. That's for sure. I like what y'all putting together over there.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We might come out with the victory news, though. We ain't trying to get nobody hurt. My people stay hurt. That's how we started off losing the first 6 fucking games and shit. Niggas was hurt.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Right,
it's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute.
Man, I literally had tight ends lining up at wide receivers in week 2. Like, I had literally 2 active receivers. It was bad. It was bad.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Yeah. And they all cost me a lot of money right now, so I can't sign no bucket body else. That's why I ain't got no receivers. Because I got a fucking $50 million, $60 million damn back corner defensive secondary.
It became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find
ridiculous.
A crease anywhere to put his foot
and my quarterback, he wants $300 million. He seriously wants $266 million.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they?
I think I'm going to post the link to the you probably don't want to watch this again, but I might post this in the chat or something.
But you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
It seems like they've been running uphill all game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee.
He's out here getting dislocated elbows and shit. I'm not. Look, I'm 3rd stringers. Everybody.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Oh, nobody will get no
getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message
Don't do that.
coach for this final drive in a
lopsided
game like this?
He must not
and
know.
now here is another interception.
He must not know. This man, John Abrams, he should be a superstar X Factor, but for whatever reason, he's not.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Then the young D, he had 2 or 3. Hey, did you how you like Bryce Hall? How you like Bryce Hall? Oh, I said, how you like Bryce Hall, that cornerback that you signed in the free agency? Yeah.
Set, ready? 15, Lonnie. 15 line. 2 times.
Hey, now think about this as something funny. I had him last year and my entire secondary.
Set, go.
Clock counting down toward
it was filthy. It was literally, look, so I couldn't re-sign him. Like I had so many people that make so much money just keep leaving my team the past 2 years because I just can't. They all like fucking ridiculous. But yeah, he was a starting corner, and my other corner right now was my fucking slot corner.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
And they will take a knee here.
This current draft class look good though. You should be able to definitely find somebody in this one. Oh, okay. You ain't giving out no leaks, no information. I feel you. Well, good luck, coach.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.